It's time for another book review, and I'm really excited to talk about today's book of the day, which I just finished. It is called Beyond the Known Realization by Paul Selig. It's the first book in the Beyond the Known trilogy, and this is about the fourth book of Paul Selig's that I've finished that I'm reviewing, and I think this is my favorite one so far. They just keep getting better each single time. And if those of you who are new to Paul Selig's work, I'll read some of the back cover just so you could get a little glimpse of what you could be expecting when you read this book. So it says, channeling the voices and wisdom of the otherworldly guides, Paul Selig offers a way to expand your view of reality and move towards ultimate manifestation. Now that may all sound very vague, and it's honestly, it's just, you're getting taken to another realm. That's all I can really use to explain it while you're reading this book. Basically, they talk about this place called the Upper Room, which you might not understand. I'm not really even sure I can comprehend it just like sitting here talking about it. But they teach from this place called the Upper Room, and that's where they intend to take you. And really all I can explain about the Upper Room is that it's just love. It's the vibration that we're always in the upper room, but we're not always aware that we're in there. I'm going to read some more from the back cover just to show you what it's all about. Expanding on and transcending his previous work, Realization, the first volume in the Beyond the Known trilogy, is composed of the pure, unedited words of the guides as they offer their insight and knowledge through Selig. It serves as a psychological/spiritual guide to take you beyond the perceived limitations of accepted reality and open your mind to ultimate manifestation. Now, one of the key things that I really loved about this book is that people are so afraid of the unknown, except that it's paradoxical because you should really be afraid of everything that you do know. And what I mean by that is that you will never be able to grow beyond what you know if you're always stuck in the known, if you never leap into the unknown, if you never take a chance. And I want to read a couple of paragraphs just from the last page or two of the book because I just finished reading it and they were honestly mind-boggling to me, and I'd love just to share them. So it says, the book you hold in your hands is alive in love, alive in tone, alive in language, noise, and sound. And if you give us permission now, we will claim you in the kingdom and say yes to learning that now ensues. And when they talk about the kingdom of heaven, something that I write about, think about, talk about a lot, and it's just the feeling of unconditional love, unconditional self-love for yourself, for everybody else, the one infinite self, and the feeling of inner peace, which is something that you can't really describe to anybody else, but it's something that I've really experienced more in the past couple months. I would say, not as a coincidence, I would say as a direct result of reading this book. Also because I put the work in myself, and I've also read 4 of these books and really been taken on this journey by the guides. And it's been amazing just being in the upper room, even for small periods of time, feeling that unconditional love. It's just like trying to put words onto it. I can't even do it justice, even as a poet, even on the spot. I'm going to read one more quote, just something that I really loved. Really just, it was amazing, so I'll say. Please hear these words. You have never been alone on this journey, nor can you be. And the isolation that you may have experienced yourself in was the fear of the reconnection from the small self who disbelieves she can be worthy of the love of the divine. But no one is exempt from the love of the divine, because love is God, and love is every particle of every living thing at a level of vibration or assumption. That's beautiful. It really just encapsulates everything from a higher source of knowledge, from these guides, quote-unquote guides from the upper room, or I try to conceptualize it as some other dimension, but I also feel like they're always kind of just like with you, as it's crazy to say, and I didn't believe any of this stuff when I started reading these books. I've just been taken on a journey, I guess, taken to a place of such like, all I can describe it as just like self-love and seeing everybody for exactly who they are, which is the divine. One of the affirmations that I'll share from this book that has really just changed my life, saying it while meditating and just thinking it, is, I know who you are in truth, I know what you are in truth, I know how you serve in truth. You have come, you have come, you have come. or I know who I am in truth, I know what I am in truth, I know how I serve in truth, I have come, I have come, I have come. And they go into depth about that, especially about I know how I serve in truth, and really just go into depth about what that all means, why that has such a profound effect on, what is it, your psychology, your embodiment, whatever it is, and just to help you, the goal of the text is to help you realize yourself beyond the known, your infinite self, far more than you can ever imagine in this tiny box of what's known. There is so much more out there. I could really talk about this book for hours. I really enjoyed this book. Beyond the Known, realization, great book. I'm gonna give it a 9.6 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Even if you've never read any Paul Selig books before, I would still read this book. Maybe check out another one before, but there's just so much to learn here. There's just gems of knowledge dropped on every single page. I think I paid about $15 for that book. Honestly, priceless. I really could not put a price on the information that I learned, and that has just helped me in my life, in my awareness, in my realization. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read this book before, comment down below. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me if you've read other books by Paul Selig. Let me know your experience down below. I'd love to connect. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.